Of attacking every little thing that Anita Sarkeesian does is one of the tactics that I find that both sides of any argument always use. This idea that if one thing is wrong, somehow everything a person has said is wrong. There's a name for the fallacy. I don't know.
I think it's straw man.
What?
Poisoning the well.
Poisoning the well. Thank you. I don't like to. And I mean, no offense, I just feel like fallacy makes me feel like a douchebag, you know what I mean?
The fallacy of moving the goalposts.
No, I always feel like an asshole when I say the word fallacy. No offense. But this is the idea though that if one thing is wrong, the whole thing is wrong. So like especially with the Anita Sarkeesian videos, I've seen response videos. Like if you look up Anita Sarkeesian on YouTube, you will get like 30 videos of people just hating her and telling her why she's wrong, and like 2 videos. People who like her, usually one of those videos is one of Anita's actual videos, you know, which is absolutely depressing to me. Really, just look up YouTube Anita Sarkeesian, you will find some of the most hate-filled YouTube videos you will ever see in your entire life. One of the most prominent is this guy named Thunderfoot. I don't know if anybody's familiar with this guy. He's essentially insane. I'm letting you know right now. If you believe what he says, I'm just letting you know. He sounds like he has a British accent, so he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. That's what accents do. They make you sound smart. Because we're Americans and we fall for dumb shit like that. But Thunderfoot, like literally what he would do is he would attack one very specific thing that Anita said. A lot of times can actually be proven false. If you just watch Anita's video, and he'll call it something like Anita busted, Anita shown for the fraud she is. You know, again, it would be like one very small point that most of the time I can disprove. I've been able to, you know, by watching her videos. Like, no, you're actually just lying. None of that was actually said in her video. But his videos get like thousands. You know, his videos get 500,000 views, tons of likes. You know, every single comment is about how media is poisoning video games or whatever. And it just blows my goddamn mind. It really does. And it's this idea of taking one thing and kind of blowing it up. I'm gonna try and explain. I think I know why we do this, why things like Gamergate, why things like, also just the idea of sexism. A lot of us don't believe that sexism still exists in America, which is weird. And also wrong. So go on the internet and start throwing around words like feminism and white privilege, and you'll get some angry people telling you why you're wrong. White privilege is a thing. I can explain why if you don't believe me. That white privilege is a thing. We'll talk about it. We have a lot to talk about. Is what I'm trying to say. But I think I know why this happens. So here's my theory of why people attack Anita, why people get confused about certain things, why people think that racism doesn't exist. That's very strange to me. What? That is very strange. I've talked to multiple people that have told me that it's actually a class issue. It's about money, not race.
How old are they?
They are my age, and I am 25.
Are they living classism? Didn't Kanye posted something like that?
Uh-oh.
He has great music, he should just never talk to people.
Oh, wow.
You know, his music's really good, so if being an asshole makes great albums, and that I'll take. You know, it's just some people work better like that.
That might point to Michael and Dave Mustaine, but not Kanye West, just saying.
I like Kanye West. I mean, first off, let's be real. Let's be real. The best rapper right now is Kendrick Lamar by far. You know, let's be honest. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna play this album, but it's like the fucking Miles Davis of rap albums. It's amazing. You know, like Witch's Brew era, Miles Davis, really weird stuff, but really cool. But so I'm gonna try and explain why this kind of stuff happens. I'll make a statement. I believe that the internet and mass media, you had something to say. I feel really bad. I forgot. You raised your hand. I'm sorry, but we'll get to that. I'm just going to make this point and we'll go back to more audience conversation. I believe that the internet has made us more isolated than we ever have before. And I'm going to explain why this is. The idea behind the internet was that by having people be able to explore the world and reach pretty much any kind of culture, idea, history at the touch of a button would lead to more worldly individuals, would lead to people that would be more experienced, would know more things, would be more, receptive to different kinds of ideas and cultures. This is proven false. What actually has happened and what people have found is that when people are connected to the internet and can access whatever they want, they just access what they already know. and they just only access what they know because they don't have to access anything else. It's the principle of why you go on Netflix and instead of watching a new movie, you're just watching a rerun of The Office or whatever instead. We've all done it. Don't pretend like you don't do that. We've all done it. So it's the same idea of like why people always like, oh, you know, kids nowadays don't know who the Beatles are. Well, yeah, they don't have to know who the Beatles are. They can literally just plug in their phone to play, you know, EDM house music. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You know, that's all great music. But they can just listen to that all day for the rest of their lives and never have to listen to another song again because the internet allows them to do that. Okay, so the point of that statement, if we accept this idea that the internet has made us more isolated into groups, we can also accept the idea that by being isolated into a group, I think what naturally happens to us, we start to assume that the beliefs of what's happening in the group become the norm in our minds. This is something that all of us, me included, experience every single day. Just by the fact that we're here at, you know, Anime Expo, that we like anime, video games, cosplay, we have a different idea of what's normal and what's understood by everybody than what a natural other person would be. That would be in a different group. Classic example of this, I used to be a brony, I used to be really into My Little Pony. It's a very specific...
Used to be! What happened?
Like there was a movie, I guess, where they were in a rock band and see it. There was a movie. What? I didn't know that. I didn't know. I was.
The internet.
It's a good show. I mean, I don't hate the show now. I just don't. I don't go on the Reddit anymore. You know? I just don't. I mean, I'm like, whatever. It's a good show. I'm watching Gravity Falls now. It's, you know, two best cartoons out right now: Gravity Falls and Steven Universe.
Yes.
Steven Universe has gotten stupid good. Like it was good when it started. Like now it's like, what the fuck? So good. Fucking amazing. Also, Rick and Morty's really good. If you
Oh yeah.
What the fuck are you guys? I talked to you outside.
It's not anime enough for them. Yeah, it's not anime enough.
The what?
The Funko line.
The fuck? What the fuck? Fuck you.
It's a hentai panel. I was gonna go there too, but this is more fun than waiting in line.
What is fuck? What is that?
It's a website for hentai and doji.
Anime. Ironically, sexism, they went to go see
That is really funny.
Hold it up!
Sample one. There. Judging by this picture, I assume there are 12 dicks in this monitor. Minimum. 3 of them are hers. I can tell that right now. Instantly.
What's it called?
It's called Titty Key.
Really?
Can I open this?
Yes.
You should be happy when they're
I
open.
want to spend time. Somebody open this.
Here, I'll do it. Smile. Read it to us.
So what do you guys really want?
Why don't you just stay up there?
Fuck changing the world.
Read it. Read it.
Okay, so anyway, saying.
What are you doing?
Oh my god.
It's all their fault.
I was making a funny My Little Pony story. That's what I was saying.
It used to be a brony.
This is a funny that I used to be a brony, and the My Little Pony fan culture has some very specific lingo and very specific ideas. And there's a famous clip of Howard Stern said a bunch of people down in interviewing people at a My Little Pony convention, and there's one part where the video where one guy asked him, so what's your favorite part of the show? And the guy's, you know, this old kind of neckbeard guy said, the plot. And he laughed. And then you could see in his face the split second where he realized, oh my god, he doesn't know what that is. Because he's a normal human being. He doesn't know what that reference means. Plot is a reference to the horse ass. It's a joke in My Little Pony. But again, nobody else would know that. You know, and you can see in his eyes and like how stupid he now thinks of himself because of what that happened. And I think that is why we get into these certain things. This is why we believe that white privilege doesn't exist, because, you know, it does. You know, we believe because we're like, oh, you know, in my world, I have hard times, I've had hard problems, you know, I'm a white guy and I've had to fight and suffer. It's like, yeah, but it's completely different than, you know, somebody of a minority, somebody who's a woman, somebody who's trans or gay. you know, if you start to compare things together, I gotta tell you, fucking being white is amazing. That's a Louis C.K. joke about being a white guy is the greatest thing. I mean, we're all gonna die, you know, be punished. You know, like he says, I was like, whee! Yeah.
Here you go, have fun with that.
Just in English.
Eyes just like shot. Read the table of contents.
Oh, it is in English. Cool.
Color too.
Where did you get this?
Floppy booth.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
They're a publishing company for uncensored North American
Well,
hentai,
wow.
which is illegal in Japan.
Good plug.
Are you okay?
In front of it, it's legal.
Japan doesn't have the First Amendment.
The panel is now on pause.
How many dicks? You should go tomorrow. Now you have our attention.
Now it's 18 plus, apparently. What was I gonna say? Oh, fuck.
You were just been
You on the Howard Stern interview.
What I was pointing out is that, I don't know, what do you guys want to talk about? This is fucking, you know,
talk about anime.
we're talking about anime. Okay, why not? It's the name of the panel, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, you have like 6 minutes left.
Do I have 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Jesus.